your DM. Have you revealed anybody else that's ever been in your DM? You put anybody on blast?
I love that you said that. Offset was in my DM, and he just posed a question that said, hey, you know, maybe you can help me with something. He didn't say what it was.
Right.
That's all he said.
Right.
And because he never followed through,
right.
I never followed through. We never did a session. He
right.
was never my client.
Right.
When I shared that on Jason Lee's show, that was not a
like breach. He was trying to slide.
It was not a breach of confidentiality, first of all, because he was not and is not my client.
Right.
So it was no breach. More use Offset as an example because again, he's not my client. So that's not a breach of confidentiality. To say, listen, other Black men, being that Offset has a following, he's a rapper, he's in the limelight, he's attached to Cardi B. Asking for help is powerful.
Right.
You can slide in a DM to ask for help. It doesn't have to be to ask for something else.
Yeah.
And the fact that he did the appropriate thing,
right.
and my intention was to give him props. Now the internet took it and made it something else.
She tried to put him on blast.
And I was trying to say, listen, this man, with all of his bad decision making, we're gonna call it what it is. In that one moment, he made the right damn decision. And I was giving him his flowers, and the internet took it as, this is her client. I ain't telling shit. He's not my client.
Right.
So how does that make sense? How are you giving him his flowers when he didn't say anything? He didn't do anything. All he said is, you could help me with something. And that's specific. That's vague. You didn't find out if he was asking for some sort of therapy, psychological help. You didn't ask that. So how can you give him his flowers? I think she's being very disingenuous because she got backlash. So now she's trying to make it seem like she was trying to highlight the fact that he reached out for help and some sort of support with a situation. But she admitted that it didn't go past, maybe you can help me with something. So how can you give someone their flowers without getting the full context of what they're asking for help with? That doesn't even make sense. If you wanted to give him his flowers, you could have followed up and said, hey, Offset, what do you need help with? He could have told you, he could have gave you some context like, I'm trying to work on my marriage, or I'm trying to figure something out, mentally, how to deal with women, something that you do, because, you're supposed to be a life coach and all this other stuff. It could have been something. Then you could have asked him, like, yo, this is very brave of you. I appreciate you reaching out. Do you mind if I share, the fact that someone as powerful as you reached out? Because who should trust her with just reaching out now? If she's going to take DMs, private information, private conversations between two adults, and just share it without, telling the person, who could trust someone like this? And it doesn't matter if the person's your client or not. You're supposed to be a professional. And if you are a licensed psychologist, therapist, anything like that, I would think you would notice whether the person is your client or not, that's just very unprofessional. That's a bad look. And it's just morally and ethically wrong to highlight the fact that someone could be reaching out for something like that and you make it public just because they're not your client yet.